Hi there, this is Diecast channel, and in this video we're going to do a review on this 1971 Buick GSX made by Earl in a 1/18 scale. So stay with me to the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe in case you haven't subscribed yet. Give me your thumbs up, leave your comments, and also click the bell for news. So let's unbox this car and take a better look at it. 1971 Buick GSX was almost the same thing as 1970. It just had some minor changes such as a grille and a rear bumper. The rear bumper had a different position for the license plate, so the trim with the Buick letters between the taillights disappeared for 1971. The grille was also different with some different patterns and a quite different mesh, and it was not a split grille just like it was in 1970. But the rest of the car was pretty much the same. It had some newer colors, since for 1970 there was just yellow or white, but for 1971 there was black, yellow, white, red, blue, metallic brown, and this black option had golden stripes that would make a contrast with the black color and make the car a little more aggressive. Unfortunately, only 124 units were made for 1971 Buick GSX, and these cars nowadays are very collectible and very rare. If you have one of these cars, it could fetch thousands of dollars in an auction. It is a very attractive car, and it also has a very nice V8 sound due to the 4-barrel carburetor. It has the same performance spec the 1970 Buick GSX Stage 1 has, since this is a GSX Stage 1 as well. This model car made by Earl is a very good model car. It's made with a very good quality. The parts are all well aligned. The painting quality is great. This car has no issues at all. It used to have some rashes and defects in the hood, but since I had another Buick, I swapped the hoods and I took the other Buick and started doing some repairs on the painting, so I intend to show that in a different video as a tutorial for repairing damaged painting and diecast model cars. Now with the swapped hood, this car is 100% correct and 100% perfect. It's got the same pros and cons the 1970 Buick made by Earl has, since it's from about the same time. This is from the 90s, so this car is around 20 to 30 years old. The front end of the Buick, that's very aggressive and very nice. Few changes for 1971. In 1971 we have a new grille and those two tiny grilles and the new bumper. The headlights and directional lights look pretty much the same. We also have the hood tack just like the model for 1970 and the functional hood scoops we have for 1970 and 1971. One curiosity is Buick has changed much less than the Chevelle from 1970 to 1971. 1971 Chevelle has single headlights, but Buick remained with dual headlights. With the open hood, the 1971 Buick GSX with a different mesh for 1971 is a checkered mesh, just exactly like the mesh we had for 1970, but the grille is not split. It has two horizontal trims with a GSX logo between them, and the same position it goes in the grille for 1970. Headlights look pretty much the same with a pretty good realism. You've got some pigs here, but not really a big deal. And directional lights, acrylic pieces, just like the model for 1970. The only thing I would do is to blacken out this grille and these two tiny grilles in the new openings we have for the new bumper for 1971. The rest of the car, I would just leave the way it is. I would just do some working on the trim and some more painting on some details, but in general, I would just keep the car the way it is right now. In general, it's well made. The hood has some details. The hinges are very simple, just like the ones in the 1970. Firewall with a brake master cylinder, filter pan for the 4-barrel carburetor, and the two air intakes due to the two functional scoops. The interior is almost the same for a 1970 3-spoke steering wheel. This is some detailing I want to do, but these gauges here look better than that one from 1970, since the 1970 had a little misalignment. And a dashboard for this 1971 model looks a little more realistic, since it's a little more to the satin black than the gloss black. The hood tack looks very realistic, and the pedals are cast in plastic. They are gas, brake, and clutch. This car's got a Hurst shifter that's right there in the central console. The rest of the car is pretty much the same. Seats do not tilt. From the side, steering wheel, the central console looks quite simple. It's a simple plated piece with a Hurst shifter, and we can notice the door panel looks a little different from 1970. There's also no headliner. The new rear end for 1971 with the new bumper, now with the license plate a little bit higher. Trim with the Buick letters in the rear bumper would not be present anymore. The rear wing with the GSX, exactly like the one in 1970, and the same way that it was used in the Pontiac GTO, the Judge. Unfortunately, the trunk lid is only cast in metal. It's not even a separate part. Rear window has a very good transparency, and the trim was cast in metal. Could use a little painting. The chrome quality is very good. These lines here that look like cracks are not actually cracks, but they are a reflex of my cutting base, and it's reflected by the very good quality chrome. This chrome has very good quality since it's still in very good shape after 20 or 30 years. The exhaust tips look very realistic. You would just need some painting to look like the ones in the real car. And the taillights are pretty much the same of 1970 with those two tiny picks. Those are not big deal. They are not big issues in this car. In general, this car looks great. Very nice and decent undercarriage with all details we expect to have in the diecast model car. Frame, engine, transmission, drive shaft, rear axle, differential, suspensions, front and rear, the heavy-duty suspensions for this GSX Stage 1 gas tank, muffler tips. Those all look very good. The mufflers could use a little painting. The engine could be further painted to look more like a real one instead of looking like plastic. Same thing could be done to the tranny. That could also be painted in the real color. I think for this car it would be aluminum. Very nice wheels and tires. Very nice casting for this model car, and the body that really reminds the one of the Chevelle. And I intend to do a comparison between this and the 1970 Buick. The lines in general are very good, and all trim, logos, and ranking this car from 0 to 10, I would give it an 8. Just about same grade I gave to 1970 Buick GSX. I've done a review before. This car has got the same pros and cons of that model car. It's got a good quality, good materials, good alignment, a very nice casting, very nice painting quality, and a model car of a very nice, attractive, and rare muscle car. On the other hand, some details could be further improved with some painting, such as the trim, around the wheel wells, the lower line, around the window openings, and around the windshield and rear window. But this can be done with no problems at all. Just gotta do it carefully with a Sharpie or a chrome paint, or maybe a chrome pen, or even a chrome plating. It depends on the resources you have and the kind of work you know how to do. So you can make this car much better than it already is, even though it's already a great model car. So I'd like to thank you for all likes and views, for all subscriptions. Please don't forget to subscribe in case you haven't subscribed yet. And let me know down in your comments what you think about the video and about the car. And also, don't forget to give me your thumbs up and to share this video and click the bell for news. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.